The following show is a paid program.
Hey family, how you doing today? We have the best of the best in the building with us, Mr. Anthony Tony Stubbs, Ready to Love Season 3 and Celebrity Fitness Coach. Before we do that, we have DNP Productions, who is our sponsor on today. Let's see the video. Thank you so much. We wanted to thank DNP Productions. That's Miss Diana Patterson. She's my executive producer also. But we're here with Mr. Tony Stubbs, Ready to Love, Season 3, Celebrity Fitness Coach. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I am doing great. I learned a few things about you. Professional football, Arena 2, and international.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about how you got started.
Well, got started when I was a little kid,
Right.
you know, just playing outside and just loving sports.
Yeah.
But how I really got into football was when my parents would not let me play when I was a little kid, tackle football. So I played flag football for 2 years, second grade, third grade, but they would not let me play football until I got to high school. So I didn't start playing until high school.
Wow.
Football. So I was very blessed to get a full scholarship to the University of Kansas. Played there, full scholarship, got my degree in sports management and administration. Continued my career after that, playing a little arena football. Played Arena 2 for the Florida Firecats in Fort Myers, Florida. Played in for the Amarillo Venom and Amarillo, Texas. And then I also got a chance to play overseas in Belgrade, Serbia, for the Vukovic Wolves, where I won 4 championships there.
Wow.
So I'm very blessed to be able to travel the world and enjoy playing and what I really liked to do.
Right.
And then during the off season, I did a lot of in the field of education from kindergarten all the way to college. So currently right now I'm a student support manager for communities and schools. I do social work for the A-Leaf Learning Center, Alternative Ed. So, yeah, so I'm doing a little.
I'm glad you said that. I wanted to just bounce back a little bit about the professional part of it. So many of the young people that are out, as well as their parents, many of them know about the NFL, but many don't know about other alternatives that they could do professionally.
Right.
And let's just try to hone in a little bit and just let them know that process if they can't get drafted.
Right.
You know, that's the first thing.
Right.
They want to get drafted in national football, right?
Right.
That's the first thing we
First
think.
thing, yes. So I share with the young fellas, like, there's a lot of football players out here.
Right.
A lot. And you have to understand, like, you seriously, if this is something you really want to do, you got to eat, sleep, breathe it. Like, you have to go all out. Like, the ones that you see in the NFL, they're doing something a little more to get them to where they are. And you have to put in work. Like, I mean, it's just almost like the lottery, almost.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends on the school. Like, you know, a lot of things are changing, but you really have to stand out to get to that next level. And you can get there. I'm not doubting it, but it's very slim. However, you do have other options.
Right.
But I'll say this because I've been there. It's kind of challenging when you've been putting so much into one thing and focusing on it, you really haven't been thinking about per se the other options that you are able to do because you're putting it all into this. So you got to have that mindset, and it's very challenging when it comes to football. And I'm glad I'm seeing a lot of the young men realizing that there are opportunities and you can build your financial portfolio on other things while you're doing this, because we all know, and everybody knows for a fact that football, you're not going to last. Like there's only a certain amount of years that you can go and it's over. However, you have these other leagues that are out there where they still continue to play, but NFL wise, there's only a gap. So much where you can, and it's a lot of work. Football, you're going to get injuries. Like, there's no question about that. That comes with the territory because, once again, that's where the mental mindset of you bouncing back. Like, I give the example with Tom Brady. Like, you can say what you want to say about Tom Brady, but he has 7 Super Bowl rings, and he's still playing. He's almost 45. So think about the things that he's doing mentally, physically, too, to take care of himself, to still be like, you know what, I got 3 fingers left. To try to get super, and he's already made the decision that that's what he wants to do. So he's taking every avenue to make sure that he's in top-notch shape. That's how he was able to win that championship in Tampa. And having the people, because he has the mental. I even say with LeBron James, the mental. At the end of the day, majority of all those guys want to play with LeBron. I don't care what they. Of course, when you're on the other side, you got to talk, because. But team-wise, and a team player, because they tried to make LeBron be Michael Jordan. He's not a Michael Jordan. He's LeBron, and at the end of the day, people want to play with him.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you're saying that, because as options, people don't know. I don't know that it's been advertised, the options, that you don't have to do the NFL, and you still can play professional.
And there's other avenues. Now, of course, that's the ultimate goal, because if you go to the NFL, you've made it. That's it, because there's all these other leagues, but it's the NFL is it.
It is.
That's it. Period. So it's tough. It's tough, but once you realize you do have these other avenues that you can take, like being open to traveling. Because when I told my parents about it, and I was like, I have an opportunity to go overseas. Oh my goodness, they were scared, because that's not what they're. And
of Americans going overseas.
That going overseas, but on top of that, me just being gone
away
and not being able to just catch a flight, or drive if I need to, to come see them or whatever. But just getting them and opening their minds, like, I'm not about to be in a box. I'm going to live whatever my destiny, whatever my purpose is. I've got to live mine. You chose. Now, I love y'all, but that's what y'all chose, this life. And as long as y'all are happy and joyful, I'm all for it. But this is not my life. This is what I want to do. And from that, they had to respect it. And that's why.
Good. That's good right there. That's good. We were just talking a little earlier about lifestyles, and you're a celebrity fitness coach, and you've seen some of everybody, right? Over there. And body types too.
And
we were just talking about the fact that if you don't like your body, and many don't, and I've heard that, especially women. But there's some things that they can do without always being in the gym or trying to get there, because we have our life, we have a family, we have children, we have all of this. But it always stops many of them in mind that they can't do it. But you were mentioning something very unique to me about less than 10 minutes.
Yes.
Doing something just less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes. I share with my clients where it's all about the lifestyle. Like, you're not going to always have 30 minutes, 15, not even 7 minutes. And that's okay. And you're going to miss some days too. However, the days where you know for a fact you can get 7 to 30 minutes in, you need to do it. Like, you need to set in your mind and share with your children too, even when you have a kids or a family, so they understand that this time, these 7 minutes are for me. Because I need to recharge so I can continue to give to y'all, because a lot of the women use the children as the excuse. Use the family like I'm all over the place. Here, 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 here. Okay, so now you need to think, where can I get my 7 minutes in? Can I get it at Johnny's baseball practice? I think so, because more than likely you're on Instagram or you're talking noise to your friends, and that's okay. Put the earpiece in and do some squats while you're talking. Because she's gonna be like, girl, what you doing? Because she's gonna hear you breathing hard. Dang, what you doing, girl? I'm over here doing these squats while I'm over here at Johnny's baseball practice. Girl, I gotta get this, I gotta get this tummy right for the summer.
Right.
You think your friend might be like, let me do something. She's here working out with Johnny, but at the same time, Johnny's watching you though.
Right.
You think Johnny's not looking up? I used to do that all the time when my parents come to practice, just see what they were just over there doing. If Johnny see you out there working out or looking at you, like, yeah, I'm getting it in too. You think Johnny got gonna smile and be like, oh, okay, my mom out here, let me.
Right.
I'm gonna show out for my mom because my mom out here trying to, he's going to push himself. But parents, a lot don't understand that your children are watching everything. And then when you're talking about the past and you're showing pictures from, you don't even look like these pictures more.
Right.
And you're like, I used to do this, this, and this. And they're like, wow. But they're looking at you right now like, what happened? Like, they're not going to say to you what happened. But in their mind, they're looking at you like, this is a completely different person. So what happened between that time? I know challenges happen. I know life happens. But you still have to make a decision to do something. Don't just give up. Because I feel like sometimes people just give up and just be like, oh, I can't work out 3 days out this week because I got, okay, work out the next day.
Right.
There's been some days I've been able to work out 3-4 days in a row. But that ain't tell me, I'm like, oh, well, I just give up. I'm not going to do nothing no more. Just stop. You need to just do something. Like I shared with you, 25 push-ups, do 20 squats. Just start there.
25 push-ups and 20 squats.
20 squats. 20 squats. Do that. And if you want to
consistently every day.
Consistently do it 3 to 5 days out of the week. Now I'm just saying start there. Do 1 set, or if you feeling a little, oh, let's keep going, do 3 sets. Before you know, it be the little things that people don't understand. They think they gotta go to the gym, they gotta lift all this weight and all this stuff. I tell you, if you are overweight, start with the weight that's on your body. Lift that. Let's start there. You can't even lift that. Yeah. Why am I going to give you dumbbells right now?
Right.
Let's pick these knees up. Can you pick the knees up before I give you some weight to put on your body to squat? You got enough weight on your body. Let's turn that fat into muscle.
Right.
But then here, they hear muscle. I'm gonna lose my booty. I'm gonna lose. No, you're not if you're working and eating certain things, because I tell people you can sculpt your body the way you want to sculpt it. But guess what? You have to mentally do it first. So if you have a picture of whoever it is, I'm sorry I use Beyonce because I love her work ethic.
Right.
She puts in the work. Everybody like, yeah, she snatched for a reason. I guarantee you, y'all are not seeing it. She's working out. She's doing something. She's meditating. She's doing something. Yoga. She's doing something. She's doing some squats, because you're not going to see her tell me she does those concerts for almost 2 hours and she's ripping all over that. You think she's not on the treadmill or doing some type of squats to make sure her body can do what it needs to do? And that's why her voice, it always kept getting better, because she was working out.
Right.
You only can get better if you don't give up. So I tell people it's okay if you miss some days, but just get back to doing something.
Wow, that's good.
Simple.
That's good right there, what you're saying. Because a lot of people are, they're body shaming themselves. They don't feel good about themselves. Many don't.
And you look in the mirror every day.
Yeah.
Everybody has a mirror.
Yeah.
So you're saying to yourself, this is okay.
Right.
So the only person that's going to be able to change it is you. But the first thing you got to do is take responsibility for where you are. And I say these in my workouts. We accept people for where they are and where they want to go. We don't judge nobody here, because it is what it is.
Right.
But you're here now for a reason. Why did you all of a sudden now come to maybe my page or reach out to me today to be like, I want to make a change. What finally snapped in your mind that I need to do something? And then from there, we need to dig up that old seed, that root, and plant a new seed. Because if you're trying to plant a new seed where an old root is, how you gonna get new?
And we also talked about another thing too, about diet. A lot of times when people say, I'm going to go on a diet, and they immediately stop everything they're doing. You know what I'm saying? That they've been doing. But I like what you said. Instead of the 5 donuts or whatever, drop it down to 2 or 1 or whatever it is, because you've been doing that. But it's trying to transition your mind and also your body.
And it's funny that usually, and it's in the word, diet. Diets usually die out. So I don't per se use diets. Lifestyle. You can use that diet that you're using and to implement what you're doing. I'm telling you right now, I go home for the holidays. Christmas, Thanksgiving, I'm going to eat. There's no question. But I make sure I prepare myself. I take my supplements or whatever it is, because I know I'm about to go ham. I'm about to eat. I'm telling you, if I didn't do the necessary things to look the way I look, trust and believe, I would be sitting here overweight. Oh, I love to eat. Anybody that know me knows I love to eat. However, I don't eat all of that stuff every day. Now, instead of, people call them cheat yourself, like it's a cheat day. I said, oh my God, here we go. See, once again, mindset, you got the words that are coming out of your mouth. There's life and death in the power of the tongue. If you're telling yourself, I am cheating myself, it's a cheat day, how do you feel right now? You feel guilty because you're saying it's a cheat day, even though you're eating it, but at the same time, mentally, you're saying, so why don't you treat yourself?
A treat day.
It's a treat yourself day. I am treating myself today because I did what I need to do this week.
Absolutely. I like that.
You can go to whatever restaurant. I tell you, go ahead, because I guarantee you won't eat as much. Because you're going to be saying in your head, yeah, this is good, but because your body's going to be in a different state, because you got to remember your body has been changing this whole time. So instead of you eating that whole entire plate like you usually do, you probably only will eat half. Because your body because you're gonna be like, wait a minute, like, because certain things ain't supposed to be in your body.
Right. Yeah.
So when you gotta go to the restroom, I mean, hey, I tell people that's natural, because you're not supposed to have the toxins in your body. So just imagine all the energy, all the negativity that you got going on during the day. You're fussing and carrying on. You're waking up mad. You're road raging and all this stuff. This is energy. This toxins in your body. People wonder why you get certain things in your body. So that's why I'm out. When I wake up in the morning, I'm still alive. Yes. It's another day I can go out here. So I don't watch the news in the morning. I'm sorry. I do not watch the news, because think about it. Before you go to sleep, it depends on what you do. Usually, people watch the news. What's usually going on the news? Right. So if you're going to sleep to that, plus you're getting all these medical commercials, just smoke stuff. It's just, and your TV's on. You don't even have a timer on your TV. And this is going the whole entire night. That's 7 to 8 hours of negativity, and you wonder why you're waking up so Then before you know it, usually how you start your day, that's how you end your day. So now you wonder why you're getting all into this road rage and you're trying to figure out what's going on. Then you get to work and Johnny done moved your cup over a little too far because you're not supposed to touch my stuff, and you just got, your whole day is ruined. You between that whole time, you probably in there brushing your teeth, mad, you're looking at yourself, all this stuff. Like nothing positive has come out of this right now. You have not said not one thing, you haven't smiled, you haven't done nothing to brighten your day.
Wow. That's good.
And people wonder why they have heart attacks and carrying on.
We'll be right back on the Cam Hill Show.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Amazing things for you.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT4 Luxury Collection for only $369 a month, or the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection for only $509 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
When you shop Ron Carter, Cadillac.com.
Oh boy. I'm going old school on his butt. Let's play a game. I'm a savage. Come on.
Whoa.
Hey, I let him still attached. Ooh, everybody right, but I got it. Ooh. She got me. Classy, bougie, ratchet.
Granny's out here having a martini at halftime.
Haters gonna hate.
Space Jam, July 16th. And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, we're back with Mr. Tony Stubbs, ready to love season 3. The ladies want to know. They want to know, first of all, just about the experience of the reality show. What did you feel about the experience?
Well, it was definitely an experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was very interesting. I enjoyed the whole entire process, just getting to understand about reality TV, just the industry period and how everything works. And it was very unique because we were actually at a resort, but we were in a bubble.
Right.
Because we were taping during COVID. So we were in the mountains outside of Atlanta, 2 hours outside of Atlanta, and we were there like it. I felt like I was in a bubble. We had no phone, no computer, where it was literally just the 10 guys and the 10 ladies just interacting the whole time, doing our best to connect to see who had possible connections. So overall, I enjoyed it. It was different. It was fun.
Right.
Like I said, I got to connect with a lot of people, built a lot of relationships with, and I was just very grateful for the opportunity to just try something different, because I don't do the dating apps and all that. I'm all about face to face, just getting to know you and see what you're all about. So
let's talk to some of the single ladies. I thought about this earlier of what we could say to single ladies, but it's so many single ladies that are out here right now.
Yes.
That many of them don't go to the club. They don't go out, only to functions, maybe to a special function or something like that. But they feel in their heart they're ready to love. As a single person, and just looking at it, what do women need to know first about maybe being approached by men? Should they be available? How do we know they're available? Things like that. Because they're coming out of the fact that they've been hurt, the last relationship didn't work, and they really, many of them have the walls up and they're scared. And I know you've seen it many times.
Yes. Well, first thing I would say for the ladies, you need to mentally get there first before you start coming back out there trying to look for another man. Because if you've got something or still dealing with that issue where it's toxic for you, you don't want to bring that into the next relationship, because like you say, you already got the walls up. You're looking for any little thing for this guy to do because of what happened to you in the past. So I feel like this is even with the men too. You have to forgive yourself for what happened, because it happened for a reason. You need to learn from
forgiveness.
You got to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
And then forgive that person.
Right.
Learn from it and move on, and not take the negativity of what happened into that next one. And until you know for sure you're over it, I think you just need to just go out, unwind, enjoy yourself, because some people like to hop right into the relationships right back to back because they're trying to, I feel like, put a Band-Aid on what's going on here, but you're still holding on to it and bringing it into this relationship. And before you know it, you're getting the same thing, you're going through the same cycle, and you're wondering why you keep getting the same end.
Right. You first go out on a date with someone, let's just say, and you all are trying to meet up. We're trying to talk. And in this first date, there's some things that we need to be asking, right? Just up front. Let's talk about some things we need to ask. As a guy, just as a guy, what do the guys need to be asking the women up front?
First thing, I believe just the common questions like, where are you from? What you do?
Do you want children?
Do you want children?
Anymore. Sometimes have children.
Some have children.
And they may not want it anymore.
Right. That, just all around, like, and it all depends on how you're connecting, because I mean, off top, you can feel the energy or not if it's going to go anywhere. So, but if you're really getting into things and you're grooving, you know, next thing you know, you could go into certain things when it comes to, because I honestly believe if we're going to have open lines of communication, I feel like we need to know certain things, because if let's just say, for example, financial wise,
right?
If you're, you know, in debt or whatever it is, I feel like it needs to be known if we're taking it to that next level, or we're, you know, that may be a few days. I may be going a few days in right now, but this was one of the things I would like to speak about, because if we're going in this together, I need to know. You need to give me the option of if I want to take on this challenge with you,
right?
Because I'm debt free. I don't owe nobody no money, so. That's one thing with me. So if I'm there.
Okay, so the phone just started ringing. We can't hold them on now.
So, and the reason I got there was because, I mean, we weren't taught finances, but I had to make a decision.
Yes.
To want to learn, because I had these big dreams, but I'm just like, I don't have the money. I'm broke. But one thing I needed to do was pay the money back of what I owe. So if you owe money, student loans, or I understand that, but you need to put a little back, because you're not understanding. By you doing that, you're pretty much giving to yourself of what it is that you want. But if you owe all this money, you're not even trying to give an effort of giving it back. How do you expect to have abundance if you owe money?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
So dating wise, I feel like sharing some of those things is very valuable for me, because if I choose to do that and work with you, I could help you if you're open to it.
Absolutely.
Now, if you don't have an open mind of what it, once again, we gotta converse. I gotta see where you're at, because if we're not vibing like that, we can be cool, but we're not gonna take it to that next level.
Dating and exclusive commitment. I think we get that messed up.
Absolutely. They do.
When someone says, I'm dating. Okay?
Yes. Dating is dating to me.
Right.
Like, I go on a date, we go have drinks or whatever it is, we converse, boom. That's a date. If I'm taking you out on a date and I've taken care of the date, I don't think we're in a relationship now.
Right.
Now, we having a great time.
So if they see you out with someone else, dating.
Right. It's dating.
It's
dating, because for me, I've already shared, if we have these open lines of communication where we're getting all this established, I'm going to let you know I am going to be dating other women, because we're dating.
Right.
Now, if we're exclusively dating,
yes,
okay. But if I'm just out here trying to connect and figure out who I possibly want to take that next step with, I don't see nothing wrong with it, because I wouldn't do that to you.
Right.
If you're out with a guy, I'd be like, oh, okay, okay. I may feel some type of way right quick. Be like, oh, okay, all right, I'm understand. Okay, he got the. I'm not a hater.
Right.
Because one, it's too many women out here.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it'll all fall in place where it's supposed to fall in place. But I'm not about to be out here hating and seeing what you're doing, or you shouldn't even do that vice versa with me.
Right.
If we're communicating.
Absolutely.
But communication is the key. That's why I keep saying that, because I haven't heard that.
Communication.
Communication.
And we think differently than women.
Oh, absolutely.
We think completely different.
We do.
A woman can start crying and we'll be like, what happened?
They do. And with us, men, we tend to hold back our feelings.
Yes.
And it's hard for us. I feel like that just stems from way back from other things that happened to us, where the pride, where we can't express ourselves or cry,
right.
you know, and sometimes the women, and just how we think, that they see that as weakness, and then when we actually do try to express it, it's like, to them, they're like, ugh.
Right.
And see, when I try to express how I feel to you, here you go, like, what's wrong with you? And I may shut it down. What? And I'm like, you just asked how I feel, and I'm trying to, we want you to listen just like how y'all want us to listen. And we don't get that a lot of times.
Yes.
So when it's not replicated, it's very frustrating. Yeah, he might just go off and talk to old girl because she's actually listening, and you mad at him because he done went off, but you didn't listen.
Right.
And he tried, and you cut him off. You trying to say something, you cutting him off and all this stuff, and he can't even express how he feels because you gotta say what you gotta say. And here we go, listening again. Okay. Okay. Let me sit. And sometimes it happens that way. So
Respect.
Both sides. I'm all about listening, but at the same time, give it back. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I do it too. I take responsibility for what I do too. And the reason I say it is because I do it too. So usually if I'm saying something to somebody, more than likely I'm doing it too, to make myself aware as well, to do my best not to do it.
That's good. That's good. Especially like you said, communications. The other thing, a lot of women and men both body shame themselves, or they don't feel comfortable in what they look like. But I think both parties see them.
Absolutely.
So you see the person, how they look. You know, you're attracted to that person, whatever they look like. You're attracted to them.
Correct.
And you mentioned freckles, and we mentioned vitiligo.
Right.
We mentioned other things that are happening to us. That many times, be free about it.
Be free about it.
Yeah.
Yes. And I honestly believe that's what makes you unique. And once you get in your mind that this is who you are, because like you said, like we were talking about, you know, the parts usually they're not even looking at it. They look at you, keep it moving now, because everything is more open now, especially with social media and being able to express yourself.
Right.
So if I'm looking, I'm like, oh, you got some cute freckles. Usually that's one of the things the lady is so concerned about.
Right.
And it's like, but that's what makes you unique. So they need to find someone to have them open and comfortable, strong enough to make them feel like, you know what, my freckles are cute. But she's been saying to herself in that mirror the whole time, you gotta imagine how many days, how many hours she has stuck in her mind that these freckles are not cute. So my one time saying those freckles are cute, it's not gonna really do nothing.
Right.
Per se. She's like, yeah, thing, but no, set in her mind is my freckles are not cute. So it's a lot of what they say, emptying out and putting new stuff into the mind, because the majority of everything of what's going on with the body shape and all that, it's all in your mind. We all talk to ourselves every day. Everybody talking about everybody is crazy to a certain degree.
Right.
Like everybody's thinking about something you are thinking about, or you're making a decision every 5 seconds. You're choosing right now either to listen to me or not right now. Every 5 seconds.
Every 5 seconds. That's true.
So what are you telling yourself over and over and over? You look in the mirror every day. You look at yourself naked. You're making the decision. You're saying it to yourself. You're not even trying, and I can't stand that word, trying, to not even change it. But you have to make that decision. You have to intentionally want to make that change. And that's where a lot of people are just like, yeah, it's okay. But they're not understanding. But this is your only vessel. You only got one. And the things that you're doing, I don't care if it's your family, your business, or whatever, you need this to continue. Because once you're done, you're done. Your spirit is not going into somebody else's body.
Yeah.
So a lot of people want the change, like people getting diabetes or having strokes. They want that miracle to happen to bounce back. I said to myself, Lord's all about miracles. We're all about that. But what did you do before? How many signs did you get that led up to this stroke, that led up to these diabetes, that led up to this high blood pressure? Because some of y'all take care of y'all bodies worse than y'all cars. That check engine light come on, what y'all do? Y'all go right there, get that oil change, boom, boom. If any light comes on, you're right there, because I got to get this fixed, because we got to have this. Why don't you do that with your body? Because I'm telling you, you're getting signs every time. If you sit too long, what do you usually do? You usually have to make adjustments or whatever. You're like, my back, because you're sitting a certain way or whatever. That's your body telling you to stand up and stretch. Instead of going here and leaning and doing all this, why don't you stand up for a second? Because your body is telling you to get up, stretch it out, get some healthy blood flow through the body. Because a lot of us sit all day at the computer, you eat lunch, you're doing, it's like all types of stuff, and you're just sitting the whole time. That's 7 to 8 hours every single day.
Right.
And you're going to sit here and tell me you can't give yourself 7 minutes to stretch? Just even stretching for 7 minutes can make a difference. Simple. I'm all about the simple things, and we make it very challenging for ourselves because we got so much going on. But at the end of the day, you need time for yourself. You need 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
That's all you need.
Studies have shown 7 minutes, 3 to 5 days of you doing some type of physical activity, you can actually see a transformation.
Now, people, we've just learned that. In participating on Ready to Love and then any dating that's out there, right? A lot of the single ladies, they just they want you to give them some feedback. What do they need to know while they're out here?
What do they want to know? That's the question. What do they want to know?
They want to know how to find a man. That's just what they want to know. They just get it. How do they find a man?
Well, I will say this. I'm gonna go back.
That's what I hear all the time.
I'm gonna go back to the mental, honestly, because you're attracting it. And you got to take responsibility for whatever you're attracting. And you got to figure out where or what in your past or you growing up, like what did you see to the point where you keep attracting what you're attracting. And you got to take responsibility for it. And then from there, whatever you, because usually what women say, what they don't want in a man.
They got a list. Got that list.
But what do I say? Life and death in the power of the tongue, right? They keep saying, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want that. Guess what you keep getting? What you don't want. You keep speaking into life. What do you want out of a man? What do you want? Start saying that over and over and over instead of being so negative about what happened in the past. Talk about what you do want. I get you. If you get up and start talking about what you want, you'll start attracting it. You keep attracting what you don't want. You keep asking, life and death in the power of tongue. You keep asking for it and you keep getting it. So why don't you switch your words up and say, you know what? I want this type of man. I want this, he's smart, he's this, blah, blah, and keep saying it every day and be happy. How would that make you feel to have that man? Because it's all about feeling too. So if you're putting all your feelings and your energy into what you don't want, I don't want this, guess what you're getting? So if you switch all that up, do a workout. Because at the end of the day, too, because some of y'all are not getting what y'all getting either because of how y'all look. And that's not even a low, but it's y'all fault, though. Because in your mind, you already saying to yourself you don't look good. So why would I say you look good? I'm not going to say it back if you're not saying it to yourself. Yes, I say I love myself every day. Yes, I am handsome. Yes, I am this. Yes, I am abundant. Yes, I am peace. And when people come around me, that's what's usually coming to me. Because I say it every day and I say it with feeling. So all you ladies, because y'all got more feelings than us and y'all can get into y'all feelings real quick. And I believe you can switch it up faster than us if you make a decision to say what you do want out of a man instead of what you don't want.
That's good. Go for a break on the Cam Hill Show.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Amazing things for you.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT4 Luxury Collection for only $369 a month, or the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection for only $509 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
When you shop Ron Carter, Cadillac.com.
Oh boy. I'm going old school on his butt. Let's play a game. I'm a savage. Come on.
Whoa.
Hey, I'm a head still attached. Ooh, everybody right, but I got it. Ooh, she got me. Classy, bougie, ratchet.
Granny's out here having a martini at halftime.
Haters gonna hate.
Space Jam, July 16th. And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, family, we're back with Mr. Tony Stubbs. We were just talking, man, that was some good stuff right there about the fact of what women should be saying to themselves. Some affirmations that they need to be giving over and over and over again.
Yes. I'm all about that. I'm all about speaking the life into yourself because it's in, I, especially with all my clients that I've dealt with and just hearing about what they don't want over and over, it just made it simple in my mind. You just need to flip that and start saying what you do want. However, though, you need to dig up everything from that past, everything that you're saying I don't want. Put a list of what you do want. Hold off on the dating for a minute. Get your body right. Get your mind right. Start speaking all this stuff into your life while you're doing all this. I guarantee you'll start attracting what you do want because now you got your list. Because y'all know y'all got a list of what you want. And start saying that over and over and over again and do it with the intention and with feeling. I'm telling you, the vibration, you have no choice. It will start coming to you, and then you're going to have all these options. You not know what to do with yourself because you're speaking it into your life of what you want. Simple. However, people don't do it, though.
And that verse, it's in the tongue.
Life and death in the power of the tongue, and we speak it every day. That's why I try to be more aware of what I say every day because I'm just like, let me make sure I'm speaking life into myself. I don't want to be speaking negative because, yes, we all get there, but you have to mentally say to yourself, and I'm so glad that's why I played sports and played football, because if somebody scores a touchdown on me, if I let that get in my head that this man just scored on me, I'm done.
Yes.
I have to learn right quick, get over it, and move forward.
Right.
So it's the same thing on the other end where if something negative happened or whatever, take 24 hours, however long it takes you, but don't keep dwelling on it because if you keep dwelling on it, guess what's going to happen more? All of this stuff because remember, you're speaking it, you're thinking about it, the feeling, the energy. So do what you need to do, then go and flip it like, okay, this is what I learned. Okay, this is what I need to do next time and move forward. And I'm on to the next. I don't have time to be thinking about this if I've already learned from it. But if you haven't learned from it, more than likely, it's going to happen in another situation where it's just going to keep going until you keep learning. And that's what the majority happen in relationships with the women. And they keep getting the same stuff because they keep talking about what they don't want. He's cute, but he don't. And here we are in the same situation again. And you keep going in the same cycle until you change.
What about settling?
What about settling?
Settling for we're with a person, we're not happy, we're settling.
That's your fault.
We're
I'm
settling.
sorry. I mean, we all compromise for certain things because we know we don't have the perfect. You can't have the perfect person.
Right, absolutely.
Understand that. But if you settling on certain
But you got to
things,
be happy. You got to be
you
happy.
got to, and
Especially after COVID.
Yeah, and
I mean,
not
that's
even. I
COVID
don't even
thing.
take it to happy no more. You got to be joyful.
There you go. Yes.
Joyful. You have got to be joyful, and if you're not there, I'm sorry. That's your fault because you're keeping yourself for whatever it is. Because usually, how women do, they got a man, and there's one little thing, whatever it is that they're like. They done all this other stuff, but it's one thing where they have but I see it in him. I see it, but he keeps showing you, I don't care. I don't care. But you're holding on to this one little thing, but he has done so much. He has shown you all these flags, and you're still there. Why?
All the red flags.
And you're still there. Why? Now, could that be because you didn't have a father in your life? Like, I don't know. There's so many different situations. That's why I can't judge or say this and that, you do this and that, because I don't know what you went through. I don't know your story. So whatever it is that you got going on, you have got to really sit down in this once again, where it comes to having some time for yourself so you can reflect on what happened, what's going on with me, because it might have not just happened 2-3 years ago. It might have happened back when your dad wasn't there. And why you think whatever it is that you're bringing in, that's okay and you're settling for it because that's what you had back then. So it could be anything, but you got to go back and make that decision to go back and figure out what it is and why I keep attracting this, because it's something from your past.
And up front, seeing the red flags, you see them. You already know this is not it.
This is not it.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, and that's why I give women props, man. Y'all are very, you're very open. You're very like, I'm gonna give you a chance, and because they always see something in us, and that's what I love about women, because they see something in you that you don't see.
Right.
We do too, but they really.
Yeah, they really do.
They really try to give us chances.
Yeah.
Numerous. And sometimes they give too much to the point where you're hurting yourself and you're getting yourself mentally into this negative zone where all of this is happening. And now you're in a situation where you got all these walls up because you done let all this other stuff happen. And you finally got to that breaking point. And now you're just like, boom, I'm this, I don't want this, because you got all these walls and this is what all you're talking about, this list, instead of talking about what you do want.
Let's talk to the women just a little bit about the fact, and I know women have children, 3 or 4 children or whatever, but you can't let yourself go. He remembered you when, what you wear and stuff, but and I know it's hard a lot of times.
Yes.
But you got to make that effort, even if you have to, call the babysitter, to drop the kids off, whatever. You need some type of date night or date week, whatever it is, you need something.
You definitely do. And that's why I take my time and I share with women, my clients especially if you've had children.
Right.
I mean, you got to think about what has just happened to your body. You got all these adjustments. You literally, your body adjusted for a whole nother human that came out of your body. Yes, a whole nother person. So it's going to take some time to get, especially if you've never done nothing. That's why I tell people some of the ones that you've seen that worked out and they can bounce back so fast because they were already doing something. That's the difference. That's the biggest difference of the snatchback per se. And it takes some who've never done nothing. It's just sitting there. You got to think about that's fat. All the stuff that you had to have in your body to make sure that this human was taken care of. You weren't doing anything per se to make sure your stuff go back to where it needs to tighten up. So it's going to take you a little time to get to where you want to get to.
Absolutely.
So, but you have to make that decision that it's okay. It's going to take time. You can't per se rush a baby to come out. The baby going to come out whenever it wants to come out, pretty much. Usually it's at 9 months. May come out before. but usually it's the 9-month mark. It's never gone past 10 months. I've
Right.
never heard no baby being past 11 months, 10,
Yeah.
11 months. So it's a time period, incubation period. You plant that seed every day. Just do a little something. I'm not telling you to do 30 minutes an hour. Just do 7 minutes.
Absolutely.
7 minutes.
Absolutely.
That's simple.
Let's look into the camera, Mr. Tony,
Yes.
and tell everyone what would you like to leave with the viewers.
All right. Well, I'll just say this. Don't give up on yourself. It's okay. Just understand, take responsibility for where you are and realize where you want to go. Speak life into yourself. Get that positive vibration, that energy, so you can start attracting what you do want instead of what you don't want.
Absolutely. How can people get in touch with you? Celebrity fitness coach. They want to be fit.
They want to be fit. You can go follow me on Instagram, Toning Tony, Toning Tony, the TTF Movement on ING, also on Facebook and LinkedIn, wherever. Reach out to me wherever possible. I'm everywhere. YouTube, Toning Tony, everywhere. So,
Thank you so much, Mr. Tony Stubbs, celebrity fitness coach, star Ready to Love Season 3. Thank you for joining me on the Cam Hill Show, 12:30, 1:30 Central Standard Time. See you then. Bye.